Lambeau Field, home to the Texas A&M Aggies, the Coral Cadets, the world-famous 12 fans, Lady Reveille, and from early indications, a whole throng of Aggies ready to make some noise. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Texas A&M about to boot it away to start this game. Signals for a fair catch around the 5-yard line and makes it. The Longhorns offense will take the first swing of the game. State has a ton of rivalries, but this one outshines all the rest.
Yeah, the three of us have had an opportunity to call this game in the past, and you can just feel the tradition when these two teams take the field, right, David? You got the 12th man, you got Bevo. This is special.
Yeah, you got one side that
holds it in on the left. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30-plus.
Really good job hauling that pass in. You know, I know Texas is a place a lot of people think about great DBs, and they've had a lot of really good running backs, too. I think the receiver position is one, though, that they want to build a legacy around. This guy right here, he's really stepping up in this game today, and he's a guy that Longhorn fans, they need to keep their eyes on for years to come.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how play by the defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
all you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. And this ball will be downed at around the 20. So Texas A&M's offense will get the ball for the first time. And David, we'll see just how effective they can be on the ground running against a backer like this.
But they're going to do what they do, and they're going to feature their guy. He's an elite running back. You're a great linebacker. Let's see who wins this battle.
There have been entire defenses that haven't been able to slow this running back down. This linebacker, though, he's got the athleticism to do it himself.
Just had a solid pickup on first. Now let's see what they've got on second down. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. And that one's going to get Reveille howling a happy tune.
Reveille, the 12th man, all the swaying, the traditions when you go to an A&M game. These fans love their team, and they love playmakers that make big plays down the field.
They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Here's the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
They'll try the run. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. It's not the first time they've seen that route.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds his big tight end. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Hand off from the shotgun. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air. It's Owens. They're trying to get to him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The burnt orange just smoked the Aggies the last time these two got together.
And anytime you get beat down by your rival, like Reese was talking about, it stings. And it's talked about for a long time, and your coaches do not let you forget it.
And these two...
He holds it in, and nobody's close. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. The Longhorns are rolling down the field. On the run, it's Gibson. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Ball's at the 25.
Listen, I know that's not a huge game, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a 4th quarter game.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. And the ball is intercepted. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off to the 26.
Well, I can tell you haven't played the position. You can't step into throws and you can't follow through. It obviously affects your accuracy. And I think the hit on the quarterback right there certainly contributed to that interception.
They'll give it to the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Did Bevo really get his name after altering a brand on his backside put there by Texas A&M students? So many questions to answer since 1894, guys.
And that's what's so cool about this rivalry. When you have the back and forth and who did what, going all the way back to 1894, Reese's 1st birthday, what an amazing rivalry.
There have been a lot of good players during that stretch, too. Think about Ricky Williams from the Horns, Johnny Manziel, Texas A&M. So many great coaches have patrolled the sidelines in this rivalry for years.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The give to the back. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
When you think Texas A&M football, man, you think running the football all the way back to R.C. Slocum, a great Aggie head coach. You just want to be the more physical team, and you want to be imposing your will. This guy right here toting the rock has the ability to wear and grind on defenses. He brings that physical presence to this offense.
Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Finds his man in the middle.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I need to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Dropping back, it's O'Neal. He's got his man. Tackled, but he has a first down.
And guys, how many first downs is that? Just on this drive alone. I mean, this defense allows one or two more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the third quarter.
They'll throw it on first down. Quickly complete.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that. And then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
They go to the ground. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Looking to throw. He's got it. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
Trying to barge in. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing on the play?
And you've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the...
Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. The defense trying to make a stand on 3rd and goal. Looking for a man. It's O'Neal trying to get to it. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities, mission number 1, right? Every single game you go into. Last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits on their quarterback.
It's good. Easy call for the ref. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Washington State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Pullman behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by just 4 to Western Michigan. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Running back searching for a hole. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Going to the running game. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. The give to the back.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the tailback. That's what you expect from a senior. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Owens. Going to take a shot. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch. He's got enough. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They're in uncharted territory here. Finally in the red zone. It took the whole first half. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Got his man on the right.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Finds his big tight end. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
Man, a lot of times you see the way people close halves, the way people close games goes so far in determining who wins. Nice execution by this offense late in the first half. Now they're just an extra point away from having the lead going into halftime.
And they move on top with the extra point, 7-6. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, think of all the big-time players who've been a part of this game. And we have a few more vying for that status so far today in an always emotional duel between the Longhorns and the Aggies. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Texas A&M and Texas plays out.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think again, if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Shakes off the defender. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's O'Neal. They're bringing heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately, we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Pocket starts to collapse. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Slips through the line. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. And then a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against him.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the...
And that pass picked off. Trying to take it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, how about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Yeah, baby, you don't get many opportunities to drop in coverage. You don't get many balls thrown your way, but when you do, you want to make sure you take advantage, showing off the athletic ability, showing the hands, the big defensive line that comes up with the INT.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Leaves it with the back. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. And the Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. The Aggies have their offense in high gear. Looking to move it through the air. Getting some heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And how about this young fella? He's slinging the pill, man. His completion percentage is through the roof. Dude, he's over 80% right now. Everything he's throwing is working, using the whole field, using multiple receivers. He looks like a different cat from what we've seen all throughout the season.
He's got it and still on his feet. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after.
Touchdown, Texas A&M. And that one will put him up here in the second half.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
On the move. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The two-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going.
Looking deep. And he reels it in inside the 30. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Well, as a defense, you know you're going to see the go-round, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week, and so they're not able to get back deep enough to get run by. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage and get some safety help up over the top because this guy's speed is a problem.
Slams it ahead. He gets in there for the two-point conversion and pushes the lead to 3. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. He'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Leaves it with the running back. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They moved the chains. They marked it at the 29.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. Couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that one.
And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll go to the ground. Shows him the stiff arm.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
3rd and short coming here right from the midfield stripe. Trying to pick it up on the ground. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll give it to him again. At the 35, he's open. And that first defender was just waving at him after that Sweet move. He picked up the first down. A&M comes back out with another first down. The give out of the gun. Running with power. Gets it inside the 30, down to the 27, a pickup of 6.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line getting set on second down. Motion from the offense. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Handoff to the lone back. Oh, no, the ball popped out. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Old Dominion fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. It's still a one-score game. They're trailing by 8 to Marshall. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Power football with the run. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
On the move, it's Payne. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
After 36. Second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback checking the play. After run, now throw. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Well, the ball hasn't hit the ground very often for this guy in this game, right? He's even still, after that incompletion, over 80% throwing, which is key. Because last game he was under 50% on his throws. He went back to work, worked on his fundamentals, and that's really showing up here.
Fires to the right. It's caught. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. Texas A&M going quickly.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Via the screen. Loses one. Brings up third down.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. The play action fake. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. It's the 4th quarter. It's a tie ball game. You need a stop. What an unbelievable job forcing the interception, creating offensive opportunity for your offense to go out and win this ball game.
Fires to the middle. He's got the tight end. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Give to the running back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
The clock stops. 2 minutes left to play in this one. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Texas.
Now on 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. Those guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mid. They put 1 mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Feeling some heat. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do. So tempo is going to be important. You got to go fast. You just got to make good decisions at the quarterback position.
And those good decisions are throwing the ball beyond the sticks, using the sidelines to get out of bounds, trying to maximize this time and get in a position to win.
Back to throw, it's O'Neal. And this senior quarterback a little too bold there, and he's lucky he didn't get picked off throwing into double coverage.
Late in the game, they've got the lead. They know the opponent's going to throw the football to all areas of the field. That time in the middle, he was right there, almost came away with that interception.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Firing to the right, complete. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Aggies. And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for you.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get...
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, looks as if the defense got it.
And that's a tough one to swallow, man. You got yourself in a position where you can go tie this football game. You're in a good spot. You're trying to move the ball down the field. Guys trying to make a play. Fumbles the football. Now you got to beg for the defense to somehow give you one more opportunity.
And the quarterback takes a knee. When you deal with a rivalry game, you have to live with the outcome.